Welcome. Thank you all for being here. So let's start standing up. Here we are again in the whole body fitness with Teri and Jessie. And just standing with your feet about hip width apart. Letting the back be long, the neck be long, tucking the chin in a little bit. Lifting your shoulders up and rolling them back a little. And just feeling yourself here. Feeling the breath, feeling how your body is in this moment, kind of bringing your attention into this moment. We'll start with just some gentle bouncing. So leaving your feet flat on the ground, not bouncing onto our heels. And moving the body sort of from side to side. Turning. Just slightly moving, continuing to bounce, coming to stillness, and then moving the head and shoulders from one side to the other. So again, just continuing this gentle bouncing, letting the hips and the shoulders move in these slow circular motions. And continuing to bounce. I've actually felt, a few little areas in my body kind of click into place with this bouncing. Letting go of the bouncing and continuing to rotate the hips in a circle, letting your knees be very soft so that you're also feeling the movement in your ankles, your knees, letting the shoulders move, letting the head feel heavy so that you can feel the movement in your neck as well, going in the other direction. Just noticing how your body feels right now. There may be some areas that are particularly tight. Just noticing that. Coming to stillness. Extending the hands and moving the hand, extending the fingers, making little fists, moving the hands in circles in one direction and then the other. Letting those circles be a little bit bigger, involving the rest of the arms, the shoulders, going back in the other direction. Moving the arms, flapping the hands. And then letting the hands come overhead and reaching for the ceiling. The palms facing one another, sort of reaching up with one hand and then the other. Letting the arms come down to the side, toward the floor, palms back, and then just pressing back. And coming back to being still. This is a great exercise that you can use by a wall. Jess was by a wall, so putting your hands behind your head or in that near vicinity, and then just moving side to side. And so keeping your elbows, your shoulder blades, the back of your head against the wall as best you can. This is a great way to demonstrate whether we do or do not have sort of an upright posture. And then coming back to stillness, raising one heel. And then just doing circles with that foot. Again, letting your knees be soft, but really exaggerating this so you can feel the movement in your toes, your foot, your ankle, your knees one direction and then the other. And then on the other side, raising the other heel. And just turning the foot in circles. Sort of feeling the ankle sort of loosen up in the other direction. All right. Now using a chair as a prop, putting your hands on the seat of the chair or on the back of the chair, whichever is more comfortable. But your hands below your shoulders, feet below the hips, and let the hips come back. And your weight move to the heels. And coming forward. And then coming back to this sort of tabletop. And rounding the back. The rounding, making space in the back, also making space between the shoulder blades. Breathing out. And then when you breathe in, looking ahead, arching the back a little bit as you breathe in. As you breathe out, rounding the back, the upper back and the middle back as you breathe out. And as you breathe in, arching, and doing this a couple more times with your pattern of breathing. And then coming back to this tabletop. And putting one foot behind you. So letting the front leg, letting the knee be a little soft. And then with that back leg, moving it behind the foot. And turning to look over your shoulder toward that foot. So just feeling this twisting in the back, this movement of the hips, bringing that foot back and moving the other toe back. Again, letting the knee be soft on the leg that's bearing weight. And moving that other foot behind the foot and turning your head to look over the shoulder. So this gentle twisting motion in the hips and the low back, bringing that foot back. And once again, letting the hips come back, and the weight be on the heels, gliding forwards and backwards a few times. Feeling this movement and weight bearing in the wrists, the shoulders, the hips and the ankles. And coming back to stillness, slowly coming back to standing. And once again, just feeling yourself here, and you are ready for Jessie.
I don't know where my band is, so we're gonna skip bands today. We'll go right into the warm up, and we'll just do a few more planks or some more ab work. Okay, so let's get our joints in motion, our heart rate up, blood flowing. Start out nice and easy, then increase as you get get along with time. Try to do everything for about 30 seconds. Got about 5 more here. And last one. All right, let's get the hinge, and we'll do an opener for the upper body too. So you're gonna bring your hips back, have your arms straight out, swim, stand back up straight, down and back, arms out, swim, back up straight. So nice and easy, get your weight back on your heels, feel that nice stretch in your hamstrings. Eyes neutral, so they should be looking at the floor when you're bent. Don't forget to breathe. One more good one. Good. Arms back out, feet nice and wide, exaggerate it. Turn and look. So you're turning your eyes, shoulders, and hands at the same time while you're watching your back and go back. Feels good on the low back. Get the glutes and the hamstrings, and opens up the chest a little bit more. One more each side. All right, some more with the hips. So we'll have our elbows up like goalposts. We are going to turn our forearms down, right? Both at the same time while lifting your knee. So a little coordination here. Keep those elbows up. Nice right angles up at the upper body. And then get that knee up so there's a right angle on your leg. Core is tight. Watch your step. Scrunch your toes. Grip that floor. Eyes forward. 5 more seconds. Last one. Good. Let's get our squats in. We'll squat and twist with a little punch. So let me turn to the side. You see I'm on the edge of the chair. My feet are nice and wide. Get a nice wide base of support. I'm going to lean. My hands are at home. I'm going to lean over my thighs, push through the heels, turn and straighten up my arm. Slowly and controlled, lower myself. Do it again to the other side.
Jessie, your photo is frozen. Can't see.
I can't hear or see you, but I can't hear anything now.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we're recording, but you just took over the class though.
Okay, but you're not coming through. You're just frozen. You're not moving.
Teri, I couldn't hear her either. She froze.
Oh, I know, and you are frozen in hers. Sometimes if you try just changing the view, that might be helpful, Mrs. Hovius, or sometimes it'll just come back. Okay. Go. You're good, Jess, yeah.
Okay, all right, couple more of these. I don't know how far you got, but we're just gonna sit to stand, turn and punch. Last one. Good. Have a seat back down. We'll do some core work to prepare us for planks. Both arms out to the side, upside down V. So a pointed about your forehead, turn, rotate to the side, and then alternate. One more each side. Go ahead and stand back up. We'll do a little lunge complex. So we'll take one foot We're going to use that to go forward. You can step or lunge, come back to center, side, step or lunge, middle, and then back, do the same. So make sure you have the area that's clear, then you switch legs. Go at your own pace, do it safely, have something nearby. We'll do a few rounds of that. So eyes should be forward. Still thinking about your posture and breathing. This will be my last time around. Okay. I'll do a side view so we can do our butt kickers and rows. So arms are out straight in front. I'm going to get on one foot, kick the heel back to the other, and then bring both my elbows back. Squeeze those shoulder blades. Loosen that knee and hip up. About halfway. One more each leg. All right, shake it out. All right, so get on the back of the chair or a solid piece of furniture, a table, whatever you normally use for planks. We'll try to do as much upper body as we do lower body to give the other body part a break. So we'll go lower body first, opening up our hips to the side. So toe tap, one big step out. Make sure your shoulders stacked over your wrist. One more each. And then walk it in. Upper body, we'll place some patty cakes. Cross right up to the front, not overhead, but in front of head. So right at the screen. Try to keep your hips from sagging. Squeeze your glutes and tighten up your core. One more each side. Back to lower body, shake it out, give your arms a second. I'll show you first and you can begin. We'll go out fire hydrant, back to home, then back and up, okay? Stay on the same leg, side, middle, up and back. These aren't meant to be done fast. Just waking up our glutes. Couple more and we'll switch legs. Okay. Last ones. Lock it in. How about one more upper body? Let's get our T raise. So we're going to roll our hips, shoulders, and straight arm towards the ceiling. Slowly get back down, transfer arms. Watching that back hand go up. If you feel your hips starting to sag, go ahead and take a step in towards the back of the chair or the couch or whatever you're on. So there's less slant in your body. Last two. Walk it in. We'll do some more stuff at the end. I'm kind of over this one. All right, let's get 2 water bottles or light weights, whatever you got around for resistance. I'll go light first, one in each hand. So I'm gonna alternate arms and legs. So I'm gonna step forward and raise the opposite arm. So let me do it by the side so you can see. I got my right foot out, left arm up, and then I switch. You can get a little more bend in the knee if it's letting you. That was halfway. 5 seconds to go, one more each side. We're gonna follow it with some type of kick. I had to get creative and think of 1,000 different kicks. So it'll be a different one each time. All right, so I got my hands at my side for balance. I'm gonna take a knee, throw it up and straighten out my leg. You can have a wall right here just to help you out. Eyes forward once you get going. About 10 more seconds. Let's get one more each side. Good. 2 weights again. We'll get that hinge. The hinge we went over in our warm up. The hips go back. Arms out to the side. Palms are facing the screen for me. I'm going to get the weight on the back of my heels. My hips go back. Stand up straight and come right in front of your nose. Slowly let it down. Hips back. Stand up straight. Come up slow. Let it down, okay? Got you going, got about 20 seconds left. Keep that core tight. Not meant to do super fast, but if you feel warm and you feel like you can intensify your workout a little bit for yourself, go for it. Let's get one more up and down. Back up and done. Let's get donkey kicks are going to be the next one. So you don't have to go into a full plank if you don't want to. You can do it on a wall if you want and just stay on the same leg for 15 seconds, just like we did in the warm-up with the planks. And then I'll have you switch. But you can go a little bit faster, switching in 5. Other leg. So these kicks can be done as cardio if you feel safe about it. About 5 more seconds. All right, and down. Let's take a little heavier weights this time for me. We're gonna go side to side. Most of you have seen me do this before. My feet are together, my arms are down in front. I'm gonna step to the side and zip my jacket. So right up the middle, elbows don't go higher than your collarbone. Come right back down the center, feet together again. So keep those feet parallel with each other so it's safe for the knees. If that's hard to do, just take a nice step. That was halfway. Five seconds, so we'll do one more each side. All right. So now we can do some side kicks. Staying on the same leg. We'll do 15 seconds one way, 15 the other. So you're gonna turn your hips, right, towards your target. Bend your upper body down a little bit to get that power from the glutes that we've been activating. And straighten it out to the side. Yep. So you want to turn your head towards the direction of your feet, where it's going, so you can see what what you're going for. We'll switch after this one. Turn the hip, straighten the leg. Five more seconds, so we'll get a couple more. Lock it in. We can have a seat for the next one. It'll be just upper body. All right, so nice and easy. The important thing is keeping your elbows at your sides. Slowly curl up and then press and then hands together. If you need a modification, I'll show you that in a second. You can do your curl. And then to modify, you can go straight out. So nothing over your head if your shoulder's hurting you. Straight out. No modification, touch your hands at the top. Ten more seconds left. Make this the last. Nice and strong in the core, okay? Especially with weights in your hand. All right, let's get our sealed jacks. Seal jacks are hands together, feet together. Open up wide like a jumping jack, but we're stretching our chest. We're squeezing our shoulder blades. Scrunch that toe and push off of it. Feel that ground, using it as a propellant. 10 more seconds. Last one. Good. Let's use the chair for another sit to stand, and I'll add a chest exercise. So we're on the edge of the chair, just like we did in the warm-up. Our feet are nice and wide. So I want you to go a little wider. Remember the sumo squat one, like a sumo wrestler? Get nice and wide. Put your chest, put your weight right on your chest. Push through. Then go right out with the arms, straighten your arms. So standing up, push straight out, slowly lower. Don't push the weight out as you're standing. You get nice and tall, squeeze your stomach muscles, and then push out. It's 10 more seconds. I'll make this one my last. Good. One more kick. So they're going to be curtsy kicks, just like Teri had us do with that stretch with the toe behind. And I've had you guys do like a curtsy lunge in the past. This one's a curtsy kick. So you just gonna, I'll show you a modification if you want. Just don't touch down at the bottom. Challenge yourself balance-wise. Foot goes behind and opposite. And then alternate. So if you want to do a modification, just get up nice and close. Touch down. Cross back, touch down. Okay. Let's do 10 more seconds. Keep going. 5. Last ones. Okay. Grab some water. And we'll go through it again with stretches. And this will help you hopefully try to remember what exercise we did. We'll go through it twice. Now I'm kind of putting the ball in your court. I'm not going to teach it as much. I'm just going to do it almost like you would. Might say a few little things, but pretty much you're going as if you were on your own, okay? It's the step forward, then alternate arm raise. That's halfway. In 5 seconds, we're gonna go to the belt kicks. So that's the forward kicks. Last one. Weights down. Hands out for balance. Front kick. Bend, then straighten your leg out. Gets your lower core really well. Don't forget about your posture. Ten seconds. Then we'll get a nice little stretch, okay? And go ahead and have a seat. So for lunges, we use the front top of our leg, or that big muscle in the front. So we know the stretch for that. We do it every class. So you got your foot behind you, your knees driving down to the floor. You're leaning back a little bit. You should feel it right here, right through your hip. Take a couple breaths. Switch after this one. Okay. All right. We also did our shoulders for the forward raise, for the arm raise. So let's go ahead and get that too. Just one side, few breaths, then switch. You okay, Teri?
Yes, thank you.
All right. All right, so we'll do our hinge now. So 2 weights. That's when the hips back. And then you'll get the upside down V with the arms. Okay, I'll do a side view. Hips back, stand up straight, hands together. Got time going. That's halfway. Five more seconds. Good. Then we'll go into our donkey kicks. So back to the chair or the couch or the wall that you're doing them on. Choose the leg, 15 seconds on each leg. The heel goes up and back. So just little pulses. Keep that tension right here on this glute. 5 more seconds here, and then we'll go ahead and get the other leg. Switch. Couple more, walk it in. All right, let's go side to side with our lunges. And we'll do our upright rows. So we'll step the jacket and step to the side. Back to center. Elbows up. Get the time going. Coming up on half. Good job, the ones that I see. Perfect. 5 seconds. Let's do one more each direction. Weights down, then we're going to do our side kicks. Teri's my side kick. I'm hers. Okay.
That's right.
You
Perfect.
want to take your hip and all the power, drive that foot to the target. So you want to lean forward a little bit, tighten your stomach, get that heel up and back. We'll do 15 seconds here and then switch. Last one. Other side. Turn the hip. Lean. Punch your leg just like we do with the arm punches. Challenge yourself with the balance. Couple more, we'll get a stretch. All right. All right, so this is our favorite, I think, stretch of all time. It works pretty much everything. We'll get the calves, the hamstrings, the low back, the shoulders. Yeah, just let your shoulders sink down. Couple breaths and walk it in. We can have a seat. We also did the side to side lunges. So we can sit at the edge of the chair, push our elbows towards the inside of our thighs by our knees, and lean away from it as you push. You know, like how Teri has us do those abs, push against, switch. Good. Okay, we're almost done. Let's do our sumo squat and chest press. So we only need one weight for this one. Feet nice and wide. Weights at our chest. We're gonna stand up nice and tall. Push out at the middle and slowly lower yourself. Eyes forward. 20 more seconds. Ten. Last one. Let's get our curtsy kick. So we're gonna go down and back. Modification as you step behind you, touch down, back to the middle, touch down, take your time. You want to speed it up a little bit, let it fly. Tighten that core, keep that back straight, no hunchbacks. About 10 more seconds. One more each side. Good. Let's stretch our glutes out. You can do it standing or sitting. Hands at the shin, pull towards chest. If you need to sit, that's fine. Edge of chair. Sit up nice and tall though. I like to go towards the middle. I like to move my leg around while it's bent so it gets different angles of that muscle and your low back. We also worked our chest with the press out. So arm behind you, lean away from it. Other side. We have one more, and we can stay seated for it. 2 weights. We're going to do the curl and the shoulder press. If your shoulders are hurting, go ahead and just bring them out to the front after the curl. hands up to the shoulders, bend up overhead. Nice and slow and controlled. Do your counts. Count to 2 or 3, bringing those back down. 1, 2, 3. Good. Modification, right out to the front. About 10 more seconds. Let's get a couple good ones in. Watch your posture, sucking that tummy. Slowly let it go. Now we'll get our seal jacks. Hands together. Out to the side, arms in 1 foot, tap it down, open it up. Ten more seconds. Finish up. Woo. All right, so the same, the same chest stretch that we did with the arm behind, that's also a good one for your biceps. So you can do the same thing if you're sitting and just repeat the one we just showed you. Just to think about the biceps, front of the shoulders and the chest. We have some time, Teri.
Okay.
Hey. How about a nice plank? We can do a nice plank stretch combination. So a nice strong plank, go into a down dog. Hips go up and back. Back to the plank. Hips down, shoulders back. So get a nice breath in between each movement. Same thing, plank, hips. Keep that core tight. Hips down. Last one. Go ahead and walk it in. You want to do some more core stuff? What do you want to do, Teri?
We could do a little bit more core stuff and then stretch out.
Okay.
Some seated abs. Okay, and as we're doing this, want me to do it?
Sure.
You want it? Huh? Yeah.
Sure.
So, but starting with just paying attention to your breath. Letting your breath slow down a little bit. If it feels like you're breathing shallowly or quickly, then try the in through the nose, out through the mouth. That's always a helpful way just to slow it down a little bit when we breathe out through pursed lips. We're breathing against a little resistance. It just slows us down. And then as we're sitting here, just pulling the belly button back. So pulling your stomach in, pulling the belly button back and up. So as if you're pulling your belly button up, back toward the spine, up under the rib cage, and then let it go. So we're just going to do that a couple of times. Again. Straightening up, pulling the stomach back and up, pulling that, keeping on breathing. A lot of times we hold our breath if we're doing something like this. Don't do that. Keep breathing and let it go. Just letting the belly button go, letting the stomach relax. And now hands on your legs. pressing your body toward your legs, pushing your body away from your legs. So just engaging your stomach, your arms, relaxing your face, relaxing your jaw, breathing, and letting go. Taking a breath, and then once again, pressing your shoulders forward, torso toward your legs, pushing your torso away from your legs. Feeling the muscles in your abdominal area tighten, 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 and let it go. Maybe letting your arms come out to the side, sort of stretching the chest and the belly, moving a little from side to side with your arms behind your shoulders, just a little bit, just to open up the chest, coming to stillness, circling the shoulders, big circles in one direction and then another. Extending one foot in front of you, heel down, toe up, and just bending toward that. You can also do this standing. So Jessie is doing it standing up, just so that you feel the stretch in the back of the leg. Coming back to sitting upright. Taking a deep breath between these, extending the other leg and bending forward. Again, just until you feel the stretch in the back of the leg. Coming back upright. Taking a breath. I'm going to stretch out the hip a little bit. You can do this if you're standing, just stepping out to the side and stretching. If you're sitting, putting one foot on top of the other knee and bending toward it. Again, you're not trying to touch it, just until you feel the stretch in the hip. And maybe moving that top knee a little bit, coming back upright and going in the other direction if you're standing, or bringing the other foot up if you're sitting. And again, just gently bending toward that until you feel the stretch in the hip. Moving that leg a little bit, breathing, just breathing into this. You're not trying to go to the edge of what you're capable of. We're just stretching these areas out and pulling one knee up. Again, we can be sitting or standing. And just like Jessie was suggesting before, just moving that knee a little bit from side to side, one side and then the other. And we can just feel this, stretching out the hip, stretching out that low back, especially the low back on the side. We've worked that part of the body quite a bit here today. Coming back to standing, and we'll come back to where we began the class. We're just gently bouncing. Feet flat on the floor. I'm turning from side to side, gentle twists. You're letting your head kind of roll in one direction and then the other. Letting your hips move in one direction and then the other. And sort of walking in place.